welcome back. I know it's been like 17 centuries since I've made a video, but I have a really cool video for you guys today. I've been getting a lot of questions about eyelash extensions, so I'm here with Jessica from Lash Aesthetica in West Hartford.
Hi.
And she is going to give us all of her knowledge as best as she can, smushed down into this video for you guys to kind of educate everyone, including myself, on what the pros and cons of lash extensions are. I wrote down a couple questions that I've been asked a lot, so she's going to answer them as best we can, and I'm going to show you guys the process of getting lash extensions put on, which is going to be super cool. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you were telling me before how you have been in this from like day one, pretty much.
Yeah, since 2006.
Oh wow. Okay, awesome. And you were saying that you kind of just like got thrown into the mix of things, but you've been kind of like loving every minute of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was introduced to the owner of a manufacturing company called Lash, and I had an opportunity with their marketing and doing international beauty shows that eventually led into education for Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Puerto Rico.
Awesome.
So that kind of started me interested in the beauty industry. That's where my interest started, and
Awesome.
Working for them, and that's how all of this evolved.
So is there any eyelash brand for extensions that's superior to other lashes or no?
Okay, that's actually a really great question. So when I started, there was only like 4 major brands. So there wasn't anything to choose from, just because you have your 4 pioneers in the industry, which I think a lot of lash artists are very familiar with them, which would be like Nova Lash being one of them, Lavish Lash Extreme, and the 4th one, I can't even honestly think of it on the top of my head. But since then, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different companies.
Yeah.
So every company is completely different in what they're offering for plethora of products. So lash extensions is really one of those things that you have to like. I encourage any students that I've had in the past or any of my artists to really go out and use different kinds of extensions out there, because they all feel different in texture, feel, bend, and flexibility as well. And adhesives are all very, very different. So I think brand isn't. It's evolved so much that brand no longer is really super important. It depends on what the artist prefers to use.
Do you not recommend getting eyelash extensions? Like, who would you say it wouldn't be the best idea for them to get eyelash extensions?
Oh, wow. I think the person that has seasonal allergies, depending on the severity of their allergies. So, someone who maybe has headaches, right? Versus someone who has watery eyes. The watery eyes, the huge indication of what exactly does that mean? And having the client give you as much information. I think that different autoimmune diseases also can play a factor in how the extensions are going to adhere. Unfortunately, though, most of the time, what I would say after doing this for 11 years is that you're really not going to have the consumer walk in and you're going to be like, okay, she's the one who's going to have a reaction. Because sometimes the person that you may think that they do, maybe because they're fair skinned or something like that, don't, and then the person who you least expect has the reaction. So there really isn't a person that I would say isn't a good candidate for extensions, unless it's someone who's maybe going through the middle of chemo and has no hair. But I think there's a lot more people who are great for extensions.
So overall, like the majority would be extensions are pretty much anyone can have them.
Yes.
Like extenuating circumstances excluded.
Pretty much, yeah.
Are eyelash extensions damaging to your actual natural lashes?
I think that's a great question, and unfortunately there isn't like one right answer for that. First and foremost, these are the things that I think are really important to prevent damage. Shape of the lash. So we do inventory for different shapes. We actually have 5 different shapes now, but there are several shapes in the market depending on the different manufacturers that are out there or vendors and what they carry. But shaping diameter is a huge one too. What diameter is chosen for the client, what her lashes actually communicate when you're looking down at them, and the diameter that they have and natural length. So shape, length, is a huge factor. Also the look as well. Where are you putting the longer ones in what hair, what individual hair are you putting it on, and can actually sustain the shape and the length of your
So like if like the lash itself can like support the weight of the extensions.
Yep. Some adhesives also are thicker and heavier, and some are lighter. To know makes a big difference. Also, expertise of the artist is really important as well. So, a newer artist, as a trainer training other artists, I tell them, be conservative in your first initial applications until you get really comfortable. But I think that plays a huge factor in regards to like the person's expertise and who's in the application.
It's kind of like one of those things where if you have Becky from down the street bleach your hair and Becky's never bleached hair before and all your hair falls off your head, you can't be mad about it.
Yeah, that's exactly it, yes.
Alright. Like, how hard would you say that the upkeep on having lash extensions is, like, not even including, like, the fills and stuff, but just, like, making sure that you're not, like, having all of your eyelashes fall out as soon as you get home?
Yeah. So, definitely lash extensions is, somewhat of a responsibility in a sense to have. You definitely have to be committed to kind of babying them a little bit.
Yeah.
You should, we do provide aftercare tools and resources for the consumer when they have extensions, but you do want to like keep them very, very clean. You have to have really good hygiene with the eye area. Makeup, making sure you have all the right products that are break down your makeup. Brushing them too, you can, but it's also being careful when you are brushing them. So also the look. So the more dramatic the looks, it takes the more maintenance. Depending on the length of the lash, they'll turn and twist. So as well, that's going to play a factor. Big key when you get lash extensions is making sure that you don't get them on one or two lengths, but having multiple lengths in there. So there's support.
That makes sense.
That's really important too for the upkeep of the lashes. And less touching the better. So if you're one that fidgets a lot and you're constantly touching the eye area, or you have a nervous disorder and you're just constantly just picking and that's going to play a really big factor. And then some people shed faster than others too, so the hair growth cycle is another factor on that.
And like when it comes to wearing makeup with lash extensions, I know that I've like at least read online that you can't wear mascara, but then like I know people who have lash extensions and wear mascara anyways. So,
great question.
Yeah.
So mascara, there is mascara in the market that's for extensions. So you can use mascara when you do have an application of extensions. Initially, when you get your first application, they look really great. You don't need it. You shouldn't need it. So if you feel right away, as soon as you have your lashes done, that you still need mascara, then I would reassess the look that you have, what exactly the artists use, and or how. The expertise, again, going back to the expertise of the artist is a huge factor because some of them work faster than others. So for a full set, it's a minimum of 50 lashes that really constitutes for a full set, but you really want to go for every hair possible. And that comes with proper training, practice, skill sets. But so those are the things that you do want to, you're going to look at when they're lasting. But as far as mascara goes, there are products you don't want to use traditional mascara that you would get at Sephora, not like a Maybelline or anything like that, or Dior. The chemical compound on that kind of mascara is stronger. It's more like a cement. And so it's not going to break down effortlessly. So if you get a mascara that's specifically for extensions is more water soluble, it's going to break down a lot faster.
What do you think is like a fair price point for...
That's a great question to ask.
Because I feel like I get asked that all the time. We're like, oh, am I getting ripped off? Is it like... But I feel like maybe it depends like who's doing them.
Right.
But at the same time, like, you as an artist, what do you think is, like, when you're getting ripped off? Like, what is the point where you shouldn't be paying that much?
Absolutely. So, I think the price range can be anywhere between 100 to, 450, 500, depending on where, it depends on where you're going.
Yeah.
It depends on who the artist is. It depends on her background. It depends on who her client base is. Am I worth $475 for a full set? Yeah. But is it where am I? What city am I located? What town am I in? What is that we do? What other services do I provide? So we're a lash aesthetic. So this is what our bread and butter is lash extensions is what we do. We're also estheticians, so we do provide facials and all those other brow services as well. But it's what we do. So a fair pricing is anywhere between $180 and $275 for a full set. $375 is actually a pretty good price as well, depending again on the expert or the artist. So you're paying for the person that's doing your lashes and what she's bringing to the table as far as her expertise goes too, and also product depending on the market can be very expensive. So certain brands are a little bit pricier. So depending on what the art, what options you're giving your consumer, unless you're using one brand, that plays into a factor. But I think a standard pricing that's really good is anywhere between, $150 for especially newer artists to up to $375.
So, is there any other information that you think is really important for people to know about lash extensions? Those are just like the overall questions that I've been asked like 10 million times by everyone, so I figured those ones would at least give us like some structure, but obviously like I want whatever input you think that everybody should have some knowledge of as well.
Yeah, so when I think about me, if I was a consumer and what I'm looking for and how I make the decision, because we always get someone who calls and says, well, your pricing's a little bit higher, someone else is doing it for a lesser price. Well, okay, and I completely understand that, but this is what we do. This is where we're experts. Every single lash artist that I have here knows their craft very, very well.
Yeah.
So you want to, I think questions that someone should ask when they're calling around and trying to search the location that's right for them. It's okay to ask the artist if they're certified. It's okay to ask them, are you certified? What company did you get certified with? What brand do you have a brand of preference, and see what the answer is. I think one of the feedback I hear from consumers that we do get in a lot of new clients is that they love the fact that all the information we provide for them.
Yeah.
Versus when they're calling around, they feel like the artist isn't really, they're not really comfortable or familiar with the product they're using. So you do have a right to ask how long someone's been doing lash extensions. Do realize that someone who's charging $100 or running a promotion for $75 isn't the same artist that has been doing it for a couple of years and she's charging $200, $225 or more. You get what you pay for, and in a sense, but also does not mean the person who's charging $275 may be delivering what the product was worth of the service. Yes, and just the expertise of the final results of it. The other thing is too, which is really huge, is results will always you typically do look good even if the work hasn't been done correctly.
Okay.
Making sure that you just ask for pictures. Here we are on our website. We do have a gallery, but when our clients come in too, we have pictures for them to look at. We have the sizing is a great example of what we have available, so they can kind of see the difference. There aren't, like I said, there aren't too many people that are not good candidates for extensions. You typically won't find out if extensions are not for you until you've already experienced them. So that's the unfortunate part. You can have someone with severe allergies and they won't have a problem, and then someone else with mild allergies and have an issue with extensions or something, a particular product that you're using to provide the service.
Yeah, because especially when you haven't used a product before, you don't know how it's going to affect you, whether it's eyelash extensions or whether it's foundation. It's literally anything you can have a reaction to, and you're realistically just not going to know until you have to try it out.
The other thing is too, providing your clients with all the aftercare products. So we give them, and this is a really great thing, we try to tell any patients that I've ever had, and it's giving somebody a sponge to kind of work around the eye area, cleansing, and a mascara brush to kind of brush and comb.
Mascara.
Exactly.
But everybody's different, and I feel like when you're getting any type of beauty service done, whether you're getting your hair dyed, whether you're getting a spray tan or lash extensions, your body's going to, you're putting something that is not naturally occurring on your body.
Right.
So obviously, some people are going to have a different reaction to it. But I think that this has been so informative, and I appreciate you sharing your wealth of knowledge with everyone. I'm going to leave a link in the description below with their website and information on how to contact Jessica if you are in the West Hartford area and you would like to come and try some lash extensions. And we're going to hop right into the rest of this video, so keep watching.
For cleansing, we're going to wipe down your eyes. Because you came with a very clean palette, there's less having to prep, but when someone comes in with makeup, we have to cleanse everything. This is a great cleanser. You're going to get this to take home, and this is something that you can use with your eyes. If you get out of the gym, you did yoga, it can or does not have to be rinsed off, but it does help keep your lashes clean and your extensions, and breaks down pollen and dirt and dust.
So when you're going to get extensions, it's best to just come in with no makeup on.
Yes.
That's what I thought. That's what I did.
The adhesive will adhere better to the cuticles of the hair.
Okay, awesome.
So I'm going to have you look up towards me. I'm gonna put this gel patch. This isolates your bottom lashes from your upper lashes. I'm gonna have you close.
It feels like tape, but like not all the way like tape. Like I don't feel like all my lashes are gonna be ripped off when you take this off.
Right.
So for first time lash extensions, you recommend starting off lighter, and then if you want to go to volume, then do it that way instead of doing the opposite way.
Yeah, and volume, we're very selective about who will do it on. I mean, your lashes, if you have shorter lashes, you're gonna have better results with volume. Because of the way that the attachment occurs. The attachment isn't like the attachment of individual. You have to swipe from base to tip. With volume, it's only 20% of the base that you're keeping the adhesive very secluded to that area, so it doesn't, the whole hair doesn't support the actual volume extension. It's only the base of the extension. A base of the natural hair does.
Do you think the lashes look different like when you first get them done versus like a few days later?
No, I think after a week, these are to look a little bit different. Yeah. I mean, unless I kept somebody in a really bad shedding stage, like that's unknown to both of us, right? Because you don't know. Yeah. Which rarely ever happens.
So when like it starts to shed, will the fake ones start to come out?
Yeah, so the extension will shed with the natural hair as the hair falls on its own. And sometimes, depending on the extension, because there's different lengths that we have in here, if the hair is in its anagen stage, like an anagen stage, which is a baby stage, as it's growing out, the extension will typically just kind of pop off on its own. Or you'll see the significant growth in between the hair, and then you would bend it and peel it off. And when they come in for film, then we size it to a newer extension that's appropriate for the sizing.